switch, change the name and publicity, you know, the privacy setting on this video. Get rolling. That one is no good. Santa Rosa. Freaking sun the sun caused my phone to get too hot earlier and killed my stream while I hadn't, even though I had the display turned off and the AC turned all the way up. Alright, now let's go for Guymon, Oklahoma. Might stop there, might even go a little further, I don't know, but I'm going to shoot for Guymon. Alright. Oh, I forgot. Let's double check. I had to get my SD card out, put it back in my dash cam. Now that I have, now that I know for sure that video that I posted, the replay video got finally posted. I finally was able to delete all that footage. It was like almost 20 gigabytes worth of footage, and able to get the data transferred over from this card onto my tablet. Come on, there we go. So now I have the data saved for. Got the data saved now onto my tablet for that trip down US 6 in Utah that I talked about posting later. So now I can put the card back in. Why do I not have this? Why don't I not have exterior camera view? There you go. Come on, quit playing around, asshole. I hate this cheesy. Let me show you. This dash cam I have issues with. This cord right here. It's one of these like micro SD kind of, you know, where am I at? Oh. Alright, well, that's how it hooks up. Problem is, it doesn't want to. Come on. Drives me nuts. Doesn't take much to get all screwed up. Okay, it looks like it's okay right now, but any bumps in there. Yeah, it's like one of those cheesy little micro USB, whatever you want to call it, hookups, like a lot of what do they call it, regular USB. Well, before they started using the kind of connection like my phone has here, the kind of I think it's actually called micro USB that most phones used to have. Actually, a lot of phones still do have, but newer phones don't. That kind of, it's similar setup to that, and they've always been pieces of junk to me. I've always had to replace charging cords on phones that use that kind of setup. Very rarely ever have to change the cords on the, like what I have here on my phone here, which is a Note 8, or on my tablet. Or just too heavy. Yeah, exactly. Poor design. Alright, well. So I'm sure you guys are wondering what the hell happened on the last stream. My phone got hot because why else? It had direct sunlight hitting it, and I turned off the display and turned my AC up pretty high, all the way up to try to cool it down. But then by the time I figured out that the phone had cooled down enough, then I got back in and I realized that where the hell did my chat box go? And I realized the button down there in the bottom was actually a record button, like it wasn't even recording. So I could tell that the stream had actually got ended prematurely because of the heat. So I got to figure out a way to keep keep my phone cool when I have those situations where the sun is directly in front of me or kind of overhead or whatever, where it's permeates down through the windshield, and I'm having a hard time figuring out what to do about that. Maybe I'll run the defogger in full cold or something. Maybe that'll help. Or even see if there's some maybe some little device I can affix to the top of the to the phone itself, to kind of block the camera from, or the battery from getting direct sunlight. I don't know. Maybe a small dash-mounted fan. That's an idea. It's worth considering. Anyway, I'm at the Dairy Queen in Santa Rosa right now, and I'm gonna get rolling here. I ended up getting the load rescheduled. No, I didn't make it happen, but they made it happen. JCT made it happen. So instead of delivering at 4 a.m. on Friday, it's going to be due 2000 Friday night. So I'm going to be, I'm not in such a big hurry now. I don't have to play weird strategies to be in the ideal spot for swaps and stuff. So now with that known, I'm going to go ahead and pretty sure I want to go past Stratford. I might stop in Stratford for fuel, and then once I get done fueling in Stratford, I'll get moving down the road to probably Guymon. If I could get a little further, I might see how my clock looks by then, but may even try to get to Hooker, or maybe even Liberal, Kansas. Somewhere out in that area, though. Just depends on what both my clock looks like and what time of day it is. I don't want to be showing up too late. So they sell phone fan cooler. I'll have to look that up. You got a good recommendation on one, James? Maybe send it to me on Messenger or something. I can check that out. Small phone. Anything that might help it. That would be great. But I'm gonna get rolling here. Alright. Well, the nice thing is that I don't have to work at like a breakneck pace, whatever, now to get my load delivered on time. Don't have to worry about swapping out or anything. My hours don't look the greatest though. Still, so once I do deliver, I'm still a little iffy on my reload prospects afterward, because those 2 days of not so great recaps. Took off the back cover. Okay, well, the problem I have a magnet on the back of mine, because the mount that I use, it uses a magnet that goes in between my phone case itself and the plastic cover I have. Stop, stop, yeah. I'm messing with you. What's up? What's wrong with 100 psi? Uh, no, usually 100, 105. You're right. You're right where I want mine to be run at. I don't know. Do you? I mean, if you got a turtle head crowning or something, and you're just trying to not shit your pants, and yeah, you might want to hold it. But drinking Pepsi. Oh, I can do it, but yeah, but I also like if I ever do go to a casino, I have to play table games like Let It Ride. That's my favorite. Oh, okay. Brilliant. All right. What? I just finished my 30-minute break and I got back on I-40 a minute ago. Yeah, I was on the on ramp literally when you called me. Yeah, you should be ashamed, man. You don't let it happen again. No, calling me while I'm on the on ramp. No, I was going up the on ramp onto the freeway, and I was already at a high enough gear that it's long enough in between shifts that I could get my headset on and answer it. Yeah. Okay. What time? No, I was awake. I was still driving. Yeah, I don't think it had been. I think I wasn't too far away from my shutdown. About 7 o'clock, because that would have been 7 o'clock Mountain Time, and it wasn't too long after that when I stopped in Winslow for fuel, and then after I got through with that, I drove another 30, yeah, right around 30 miles to the Maverick in Holbrook. That's where I shut down. Yeah, I didn't go off duty until like 8 o'clock last night. That's a pain in the butt. Oh yeah, because if JCT looked at your deck, then it pinged them also. They'll see that JCT pinged it, and they'll know that you're looking outside already. Yeah. Yeah, they can ask. They can, in fact, I was saying that actually happened to me when I was at Cedar England. I was getting frustrated with my pay always being screwed up when I was advanced lead because every single time my pay was wrong, and then I would call the payroll department, and they'd always say, "No, there's nothing wrong with it." Like hell, there isn't. I'm supposed to be getting advanced lead pay, which is like supposed to, or yeah, actually it was 18 cents a mile. Still shitty, but yeah, but I was only getting like paid. I paid like 12 to 14 cents a mile, whatever the hell it was, because I don't know why. And that was only during the time that I was an advanced lead, where basically I had done the train the trainer course, but didn't have enough experience to actually be a trainer yet. So I said, you know what, screw this. When I hit 6 months, I'm out of here because that's when my contract ended anyway. So I started inquiring at Pride and even applied. I think I even applied with them, whatever. And they looked at my record, and then not much later than that, my DM called me up and asked me, "Hey, I'm just a little curious about something." And I was like, I got in, basically he said that he got information that Pride had pinged my record, and and of course it showed them that they had done it. And he was just a little concerned, like, well, what's going on? Like, what are your can't fix, you can't get things straight, figure things out that's supposed to be done right, then I don't need to be here. Oh, yeah. What, you talking about the one right when you get into Utah? Oh, Mountain Pass. Oh, yeah, because the brakes out of adjustment. Yeah. Huh. Yeah, you're empty though, aren't you? Yeah, so real simple. Just tell them you're empty and you're good. And you said you're going down to where to pick up your next load? What the hell? What are you doing? Just blindly following that stupid navigation system or something? Okay, you just got into California and you said it's 190 miles away. Okay, well, Barstow's 110 from the Nevada line, so that tells me it's about 80 miles from Barstow, which could be Riverside, it could be Miraloma. Oh, wait a minute, you're a Swift dedicated driver, and with a C. What the hell? So you just going in the general area, then they'll actually tell you where you're gonna go. Oh my god, that's weird. Oh, Eastville. Okay, yeah, I know where. That's over by Mariloma. The Eastville. I'm kind of wondering if it's really Mariloma because there's a dry dock facility over there. That's a Walmart DC, and it's freaking Swift Haven there because it's Swift dedicated there. All right. See what? Or or it could be because you're pulling a Walmart trailer and they're used to knowing who does what. Yeah, if they're experienced, they'll know. Like for me, when I come in through the checkpoints, most of the time they always know that I probably have a Tyson load or something, and a lot of times they'll just wave me right on through. Yeah, I might actually show them the BOL while it's still on my clipboard, and then as soon as they see the Tyson letterhead or JBS letterhead or whatever the hell it is, okay, you're good. They don't even waste their time. They know better. Maybe they have it turned off. They want everybody to go in. Hmm. Oh, yeah, I sometimes get that happen too. I think. I don't know why. It's like it won't work, and then after a couple of days or whatever, it does work. Yeah, I couldn't tell you. Yes. Yeah, that's fine. All right. Okay. Hey there. What's going on? No, you're still there. Kids, students must be driving you nuts. 227 miles. Hell, I can definitely outdo that. 227 miles I can do in like 3.5 hours, and I got 5:30 to go. So yeah, like I was talking earlier, I'm gonna consider stopping in Hooker, Oklahoma, or even Liberal, Kansas. So, I posted something on my Facebook today, an article about a guy who was driving a Tesla, and he died while he was playing video games on his phone while the car was in its autopilot, whatever modes, and the car ended up guess accelerating and going off the road. And I guess it went into an already damaged or whatever crash attenuator. And he ended up crashing into a couple other people and ended up dying from his injuries. I was just on the phone yesterday with I think the same person that I just finished talking to right now. He's gonna call me back. He's going through a way station, but pretty sure it was him that I was on the phone with yesterday, having the same exact conversation about how I don't like excessive automation because it tends to dumb the end user down to a point where they don't know how to think without relying on something to do whatever for them, and it also enables bad habits like distracted driving, like what happened there. And lo and behold, I see an article pop up and realize the guy's busy playing video games while the car's doing the driving for him. There you go. What's up? Well, after that one experience you had with that place, I don't blame you. Huh? Yeah, not really. Oh, bullshit. If you're a slow moving vehicle, you know, or you're pointing out a hazardous condition, it's okay to do it. Yeah, and if you're a rolling hazard, basically, generally speaking, if you're doing more than 20 miles an hour below the posted speed limit for regular traffic, it's usually a good, yeah, it's usually a good idea to have them on. That way, people know that you're like more than 20 below the limit. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking about whatever you were saying yesterday when that guy was videotaping you just because you're a Swift driver. Is that when you still got out? Hey, did you get what you were looking for? It's really a a big shitty ass grin on your face. Oh my god. What, the TA in Vegas? Holy shit, man. You know there's lot lizards and stuff over there? Yeah. Sucky Tony Bucky. Is that what you call it? Your truck? I'm hardly ever over there. Maybe once a quarter I'm over there. I'm hardly ever in Oklahoma as a whole. Yeah. Once in a blue moon I'll go through there. Oh, we got plenty of load zones that go that way. Yeah, I don't go there frequently, but it's not unusual for me to go there either. Hmm. Yeah, and you see weird critters like alligators. Oh, I've not seen any live alligators yet. Um, but actually, I saw one, a huge roadkill alligator in actually Vinton, Oklahoma, man, Vinton, Louisiana. But not far before you go into Texas. Yeah, it was a big ass one. Got ran over. No, I was driving by and stop and go traffic, and I saw a car with like a guy and two girls outside the car. They were parked on the shoulder, and they were out taking pictures of, and it was a freaking like a 10 plus foot long alligator that was dead with his head all smashed open. I'm like, damn. I've seen another roadkill gator in other areas before, only like 2 or 3 times, and it's usually always young ones. But not exactly. I have two dash cams, but the other stuff, it's possible. If you want a decent one, like the one that I'm using now is a good one. It's a dual camera setup. Yeah. Forward facing, yeah. Yeah, they already experimented with driver facing kind of technology, and yeah, it blew up in their face. Yeah. So about a year and a half ago, whatever it was, they started putting these infrared things that where your eye, your mirrors or whatever, and if it detected you looking for more than 2 seconds away from the road, it would alert you. And then so start, all right. Yeah, we used to see in U.S. and then it didn't help that everybody's cut out to be a lease operator. Yeah, so in our Facebook group today, I asked him. Yeah, actually, I responded with first question: if he unloaded in California, the Southern Cal, whatever, that be a factor because I was just home the other day and didn't get a reload the same day because I remember I think I talked about how it's like, man, what's with all the freaking New Mexico and Arizona the previous day, and then I was like, why the hell I see so many trucks going my same direction? See that much truck traffic in the middle? You I just general questions. Hey, is it too many trucks? trucks in the area, make a futile effort to get my DOT inspection card from them. Yeah, DA I could give them until a couple of days early if you can. That way, when the planner starts looking at relax day or whatever, they know for sure when you'll be available for whatever load, so you get the first pick. I can help you with that too, if your ETA and your PTA at, and then see if it matches up with what you would want to do. At a time that won't work with the loads that they could otherwise be giving you. Okay. Here, and I told them I'm running behind. My best ETA is going to be about 5 a.m. now. That's probably going to slip a little bit because US 54 stuff that can slow me down or US 54. So in reality, I'm going to probably be more like a 6 ETA or so. And I ended up on the repower list at first, but then just I guess getting approved. Now my ETA will be about 6 a.m. And then PC back over PC from there back over. And the only reason I moved away from there is for personal reasons. So I can to Ella. Okay. Are you still climbing the grade? Okay, so you're up basically going up Mountain Pass still. Okay, so you're at least a good 100 miles out from Barstow, and then add another 80, so 180. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, you're about now you're less than 100 out from Barstow then, because 7 or so in Glenwood. Say 7 miles, whatever, from there to Eastville. So 160, 170 miles. Okay. Yeah. So if you run maybe, 60 miles an hour, we'll just say 60. That'll take, well, not quite 3 hours. Well, we can maybe round up to just picking 106 memory on the Walmart fleet. That's practically all I ever did. It was like 600 miles or just over 600 to get to the Provo store, and then it was like 650 or so to get to the Salt Lake City store, and then let's see, not be too figure out. Okay, 850 miles would be right at 17 hours and a 50-mile-an-hour pace. You're like, how in the hell do you know that? Okay, 8.5 plus 8.5. That's 17. So 17 hours, and then at 60-mile-an-hour pace, 860 would be 14 and not quite a half hour. So yeah, so it's been, and then add in your 10-hour break that you're going to have to take. So that would put you at 25, 26 hours from now for your ETA to Grantsville. Or, well, that's, yeah, round up, because the hour that we're not accounting for loading and unloading time or whatever. So I would say 27 hours total. So that's a day and 3 hours. So that'd be 4 p.m. Mountain Time tomorrow. Call got dropped. Yeah, buffering. same problem. Huh. Okay, so did you catch what ETA I had mentioned was? Yeah, I would say about 1600 Mountain Time tomorrow, but I would maybe even add in an extra hour because a chunk of those miles is right there in California where you're a little more limited speeds. I would. How often do you get out of the truck, and how long do you spend outside the truck when you do get out? Okay, if you're a runner, then yeah, I would say by 1700 tomorrow you'll be there. Huh. Hmm. Nah, it's you have the work ethic. That's all it is. Hmm. Yeah, yeah, they do pay deadhead miles. Yeah, live load. Um, Correct. Yeah, every company, their lease contracts are set up a little bit differently too. They might pay a they might pay a higher fuel surcharge there too to compensate for that, or something along that line. So it really pays to know what all the intricate details of each lease, what the bottom line, what. So and then yeah, the part that is mileage based. So what did I say? 2016, 22 for $60 that I pay for that week on the variable part. So I add that six, yeah, add the 660 and the 120 together at 780. Okay, so the thing there is, if there are pros and cons to this, so yeah, I'm not saying that I'm gonna say this is great or bad. It's just what side do you, which perspective do you want to look at it from? Because everybody can look at it a different way. Okay, so if you have, let's say, a fixed, let's just say $700 a month, I mean, $700 a week payment. Basically, what happens is you're, if you take home time, more in the hole who didn't get paid any miles. But if you run like a more than 3,000 mile week, let's say like 3,500 or something, then your paycheck's going to be bigger than what mine would normally be with those same kind of miles and the same fuel cost and all that because you won't be paying as much for the truck payment on that week as I would be. Okay. Yeah, no, make that decision based on what you value out of your time with the company. Do you want to pay off the truck and own it outright at some point in time, or do you just want to keep upgrading after a few years, whatever, and never actually have a paid off truck? Yeah, I mean, and exactly, you'll get your own experience, and you'll decide what your own personal goals are. And some of this guy, did he just blow a tire or something? Pretty much. Yeah, well, and you're right, because a lot of drivers actually do want brand new trucks because they don't want a truck that someone already is one or more people have already driven before, and because then it becomes more suspect what kind of things they did to the truck, or what kind of problems they might have had with the truck that could have contributed to why they're no longer in the truck. Yeah, and I know people who with then it's that's another thing. They'll give you a list of trucks that are available, and then yeah, like I say, if you have like 10 people in the class, get your modules done before you even go to orientation. That way you get automatically at the top of the list. So if there's only like 3 people who did their modules and the other 7 in the class did not do their modules until the day of orientation, then the 3 people who did their modules before they showed up get the first 3 picks. No, it's left, but I mean, and every week it might be a different story. Yeah, you'll probably have better luck finding a Freightliner than you will a Pete. Not saying you won't find a Pete, but no, we don't have any Volvos. A Volva? What kind of engine did it have in it? Was it okay? Because I always hear bad things about the Max Force engines that those things have. 120 for the insurance, or for the money out. And that's six is one freaking idiot. I'm gonna say out of your pocket, not your. Shouldn't have to pay $1,000 out of my insurance account to cover it. In practice, I don't know how effectively that can be done because I've never had an incident, the giving end or the receiving end. So I don't have any incidents to claim. Been driving when it happened. Now and of course I'm kind of loves footage. It's on my YouTube page, and they crossed over my path, and I'm doing like 45 to 50, which is interesting because and then I was looking. I know I'm coming into it in this one parking lot facing course, I'm fixated on him at any sudden time. And this green and white sign saying wasting on the entrance where the other trucks were. As soon as I get past them, I'm like, I had both. It's like there's and in the video and said, look, do you really, even if I did see, would there have been enough time paying the driver legal guys to explanation as well? Stevens, looks like it. X. Frankfort, Texas now. I'm going to top off my tanks here since so I don't have to worry about my fuel distributing unevenly or whatever and causing problems. The price here is usually pretty decent. Looks like $2.69 a gallon. So it'll be $2.54 with the rebate factored in. Okay, I like that song too much. I'm gonna have to start it over from the beginning once I leave here. So I'm gonna get my fuel and then pull forward, get it, run in and get a drink and all that. Alright, I'll be back.
be free.
About 75 gallons. Oh, looks like we got some more chat activity. Haven't seen any of that for a while. Yeah. We're gonna get left off, or did it all just come back suddenly? Alright, I'll catch up on that in a minute. I want to figure out the what kind of fuel economy I got here on this leg here. Ran about 530 miles, or somewhere on that ballpark. Oh yeah, 538. 537 actually. Let's see. 537 divided by, I got 75 gallons. So it got over 7 miles per gallon on that leg. That's pretty good. Okay. Yeah, it was pretty bad here on 54, like it usually always is, unfortunately. I'm going to move forward and go use the restroom, get a drink, and continue the journey. I've already ran a number of miles I want to run minimum today, but it's still only 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm still feeling fine, so I'm going to keep running, get into Oklahoma, maybe even, see how it goes. May even try to get all the way up to Liberal, because I still have 2:57 on my clock. I'll be back in a minute. Alright guys, I got a pilot truck right behind me getting fuel, so I'll probably only be on the road another couple hours or so. I'm sure it was just a bunch of little idle whatever banter there, but I'll catch up on it, see what I missed when I get parked. Hopefully it won't lose signal again between here and Texoma and Guymon and all that. I don't know how, know for sure. More often than not, I know the area between Tucumcari and here is notoriously bad for signal. So, yeah, and that's mostly, that's out of the way at least. Anyway, let's get rolling. As long as I don't buffer, should be able to keep up with you guys. Oh. Yeah, so I got 2:57 left on my drive clock, so I can actually run a good 200 more miles before I stop if I wanted to, and I've already run 537, so I could easily have a 700-mile shift today if I, if I run out and run out my hours. Looks like we're clear back there behind me. Alright, yep, clear left, clear right, clear straight. Here we go. Yeah, 200 miles, that can actually, I think that can actually get me all the way to Liberal. I don't think I want to get into Liberal too late though. So I may end up ending my shift in Hooker or Guymon or somewhere. Alright, if you guys weren't watching when I first started the stream, this particular stream, a lot of you guys probably know that the load is going to Belvedere, Illinois, and that it was due at 4 a.m. on the 28th, and I was running behind. However, latest development, the delivery has been rescheduled for the 28th at 2000 or 8 p.m. So now I won't have any issues at all getting barring weather or truck problems. Shouldn't be any reason for me to be late anymore. Actually, I can get there early enough to even do a 10-hour break before I deliver, and then come on, you're gonna create a problem here. Get your speed up, come on. Now you finally signal you're gonna turn. Thank you. Like damned if I do, damned if I don't. I wanted to pass, but I didn't. I was expecting that they were going to accelerate, so I had to throttle back, thinking they were going to accelerate anyway. Only to find out she's backing off the turn. Alright, Texoma, right at the Texas-Oklahoma line, is 20 miles away, and Guymon is 40 miles away. Alright, so I was only 1,500 miles away, or just a little over 1,500 out when I left Holbrook this morning. I've already run 537, and I ended up with an over 600 mile shift by the time I shut down, more than likely. Possibly. Let's see, I think my Landstar, I think this might be the same Landstar truck I passed earlier. Landstar drivers can normally outrun me, but I think this person is choosing to drive slower for fuel efficiency reasons. These guys are all owner-ops. Yeah, it might be the same truck. Thought I saw a woman driving it earlier, though. That's a guy driving it. Unless it's a team truck and they just switch seats, I don't know. Alright, anyway, like I said, I was about maybe just a hair over 1,500 miles out when I started the shift. And if I do a 600, that's going to put me less than 900 out from the customer. If I run another 600 tomorrow, then I'll be only about maybe less than 300 out. The plan that day will be to go to the customer and then send my arrival call to show that I got there, and then just PC back to probably back to one of the truck stops in Rochelle. It's not too far away from Belvedere. And just hang out there and wait until that night to make my delivery. Across it is in Oklahoma before I get into Kansas. I keep wanting to say it's 120, but I can't remember for sure. Or no, it's not, I don't even think it's that much. Because I'll be in the Oklahoma Panhandle. I think it's only about 70 miles or so. So if that be the case, then Liberal will be even easier to reach. That means I'm only about 90 or so miles away. Alright, let's get that song back on that I had on earlier, because it's a really good one I like. It'll play. Tell me I'm buffering again. Consistently good signal through here. outside, the east outside's got a breeze. Sticking out that window. Yeah, mofo, I'm doing 35 and a 35. Nice try.
broken soul, and there's nowhere for my spirit to go. See the light that burns inside of you, and I know that I'll be close to you.
Kansas now, and right halfway between Texoma and Guymon. Hopefully it doesn't get my video blocked. You always smile, but in your eyes you're so sure. Shutting down in possibly in Liberal, Kansas. So I got over 2 hours left on my drive clock. Don't know how much further than Liberal I can go. I don't think I can get far enough to reach Brad. I don't want to drive too late, but I've already driven the minimum miles I want to be able to drive today, as it is, so. Then I'll just get to Liberal and then shut it down. Good air museum in Liberal? Okay. I'll probably be closed by the time I get over there, but I'll have to keep that in mind. At some point in time, maybe I'll stop there and check it out if I can. Taqueria La Hacienda, main country, 2 miles ahead on the left in Guymon. Get into the west end of Guymon right now. Grab Sports Bar and Grill. One military base was Liberal Airport before. So I have a feeling I maybe got bracked before I enlisted in the Air Force. regardless. Because I would hear people talk about other Air Force bases that used to exist, like Chanute Air Force Base and a handful of others that I heard people talk about that and closed before I even enlisted, or just shortly before I enlisted. But most of those I was at least familiar with. Coming to give you a good enough excuse to change on me anyway. This light's yellow, red. They go on straight ahead. Get in that gear right. Go only halfway in the gear. This is Guymon, Oklahoma. I'm right at the intersection of 54 and I guess you could call it US 412 or State Route 136 and State Route 3. Yeah, I think 412 meets up with 54 right here. I think they might run concurrently. I don't know. Got Bandito's restaurant across the street. There's park here with this caboose here. I was gonna say, I remember this building here where this Bandito's restaurant is. I remember it used to have something else there and it closed down. Can't remember what was there before. I can't remember if it was like a thrift shop or whatever else, something like that over there. I remember it closing down. Alright, here's that Ref Sports Bar and Grill that I saw the billboard for. Over here on the left. Right next to this hotel, whatever it is, or actually integrated with the hotel. Will Rogers Avenue. Are we gonna play these stupid red light, green light games again? Truck feels like it's idling a little on the rough side, like maybe it wants to regen or something. Couple other towns in this area that do the same thing. I think Liberal, if I remember right, irritates me too. Alright, junction US 64. Yeah, it looks like 412 splits off to the left too. Liberal's only 40 miles away, so definitely I'm going to go for that. say Bigot Argot Incorporated? I could have sworn it said Bigot. Interesting. Oh my god, that's a four-decker of Swift bobtails. One Swift bobtail pulling three others. Shooting again. I think it said Massachusetts or somewhere. Multiple people dead. You guys got some info on that? Eric, on your questionnaire about snow in Santa Rosa, no, it's dry as can be. It just happened, Eric. Probably within the last hour or two. Because there was a breaking news alert that I saw go across my screen a second ago, or a few minutes ago. Ah, good song. Disgruntled with former co-workers and former worker whatever. collision shop tomorrow, and then what's going on with that? I asked you yesterday to clarify on something you said, and I never got an answer. Are they still assessing it, or because you said something about them taking it into some shop or whatever? I guess, how do you say, figure out how much it's going to cost, whatever it's going to cost, the process.
So what they're gonna do is it's at the IAA. You know what it is, right?
I have no idea what IAA stands for.
It's kind of like it's almost like a junkyard, but it isn't. But it's kind of like the adjuster would look at your damages. If it's fixable, it is. So what they're gonna do, that's in north of Tampa, Florida. Anyways, so what's gonna happen is tomorrow they're gonna take it to Tampa, Florida at the collision center. And they're gonna fix it.
Oh, so it's not total. They said it's fixable then.
Exactly.
Oh, that's good.
Exactly. So, yeah. So
figured,
hopefully I won't do that again.
I figured that might be the case. But, I mean, at face value, it does not look like the damage was that bad.
It doesn't look damageable. I mean, there's a lot of collision shops, but I told my adjuster of it, and he said, "Did you pick it for me without the storage fee?" I told him that, because if I found it like a collision shop with a storage fee they're gonna charge me, oh no, that's not gonna happen. So I told him, "You pick it, you do it, you take care of me," and that's about it.
Well, you kind of have a point. I mean, it's only there to get it assessed, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So if they can't get to it right away, and it takes time for them to get to it, that shouldn't be on you to pay for it to sit there.
Well, I got a $500 deductible anyway, so it's gonna be nice and good. Then I could get back on the road again. So, yep.
So how you getting around now with it at the shop?
Huh. Well, I live in Sebring. I just walk to the Texaco to get a drink or something, like pop, and that's about it.
It's funny you say pop, because I always laugh at how different parts of the country people refer to what you're talking about in different, using different words.
Oh yeah. So it's gonna take about at least another week if they fix it, because they're gonna send it from the IAA collision or the junkyard or whatever. And what's going to happen is, like, this way, they're going to take it to the collision center in Tampa, Florida. That's more easier instead of Hudson. I was getting ready to get my stuff. And if it's, I'm sure it's fixable anyway. So they're going to take a look at it, see how much will it be. Then after that, it's done. After when they fix it, then I pay the $500 deductible, and then I could get back to working.
Okay, so are they still assessing it, or did they already come up with a conclusion on what all needs to be fixed?
I would say it's still assessed. I would say about 65 to 70% I'll probably get it anyways. So
That's kind of a stupid process, it seems. It's kind of like
I know.
what Mother F Trucker just said. It sucks for you. It's taking too long, and I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Well, anyway, so my adjuster told me about yesterday or day before yesterday. He told me it's fixable, but I don't know how damaged is it. I don't know. He told me about the total damage of it, and I can't remember what he said. He said it's like over $2,000 of it. So I said, you know what? I don't care if it's ugly. I know it's drivable. And just take care of me, like that I said to him.
Okay, question for you. What out of from the process so far? Cause it's been already a week and a half now.
February 13th. I got the accident. That would have been Friday, or the 14th, I believe. Yeah, about 2 weeks so far.
Okay. Now,
so
what would you
I gotta
say?
be on the road. I might go to New Orleans. I'm not sure. I request the Uber so I could do New Orleans or something.
Okay, so what would you say has been the biggest contributor to the delay so far? Is it your insurance company kind of taking a while, or is it the
If it takes a while, they're fixing it.
No. You're not understanding my question, and you didn't let me finish it either. Okay, so you have your insurance company involved, and you have that IAA whatever place involved, which I assume is independent of your insurance.
Yes.
Okay, I assume one of those two is, or both of them are contributing to why it's taking so long for this process to be finished.
It's always like that way. I don't know. I don't know. This is the first time when I had this big old accident. Anyways,
Okay.
I don't know.
It's all right. So it could be your insurance company. It could be the IAA place. You're just not getting any communication about what's really going on there.
Yeah, they're too slow anyways. So I was like, I gotta go to work, man. Like that, I said to him. I can't wait for like 3-4 weeks. I need it right away. I know I'm with you guys. I'm paying full coverage. So, yep. Well, anyways, I'll let you go.
All right.
Go. I'll talk to you later, or I'll see you on live anyways.
All right.
So, all right?
All right, sounds good. Thanks for the update.
All right.
All right. Okay.
Talk to you later.
Maybe your leaves are always the same.
Let me pause that.
That's on my name.
Let me pause this stupid thing. Let that call filter thing come up. All right. Hooker, Oklahoma a second ago. And about 20 miles out from Liberal, Kansas, which is where I plan to shut down. I can actually get, I'll still have over about a good hour and a half left on my clock by the time I shut down there, but it's, I'll already be over 600 miles anyway, and I don't need to run that hard. No matter what, I'm going to have to do 3 shifts to get to the receiver. So it won't make any difference. And yeah, a couple of 600-mile shifts will only leave me less than 300 miles to do on the last shift. Which would mean I won't even need a 30-minute break on that one. Yes, National Carriers is based in Liberal. They're right here, literally right off of US 54. Actually, a friend of mine even drives for them. Is that a cop right there? Yeah, I think it is. Yep, sure is. Check the weather conditions and all that, because I know James Ewing was saying this morning that he was getting snow earlier, but I think Carl said he was doing just fine over there in Omaha, so it might be all right. But I'm gonna have to double check, see how things look. I figure tomorrow will probably end up I don't know, maybe Des Moines or somewhere. I'd have to see how many miles it is from Liberal to Des Moines, or I don't know. Even somewhere in that general area, I figure it'd be good, and then I can run out the rest of those miles and on the morning, on Friday morning, head straight to the customer, send my arrival call, and then PC back over to the truck stops over in Rochelle or somewhere, and hang out and wait for my appointment time and get some rest too. Alright, we'll see you later, Charlie. Bye. Storms, rain, and snow along 77. Alrighty. What part of this? Wait, you're on I-77, like in West Virginia, North Carolina, or yeah, what else? Something that goes up into Tennessee, I think, too, if I remember right. Combination. Is it snow or rain? Well, I think you said, yeah, it's both. Okay. I had to double check. Now, watch out for all them crazy four-wheelers that don't know how to drive in those conditions. Runs into, because I know it goes down into North Carolina, if I remember right. up to heading to West Virginia, and I know it runs concurrently with 64, if I remember right. And then when they split off, where is that? It's not Charleston, West Virginia, is it? Yeah, I gotta refresh my memory on that geography over there. Yeah, obviously I'm not in that area as much, and don't know it nearly as well as I do my own area, of course. I know I've been on 77 before, but I've brain farting on where all it goes through. I've went cities and it goes into Oakland and into Ohio. Yeah, I thought I was over by Beckley because I go through Beckley sometimes. In fact, I like stopping in Beckley at that service plaza over there. A service plaza like that is always a good place to people watch. Never know what you're going to see. It's something entertaining or eye candy or whatever else. Amusing, weird, whatever. It's just, I don't know, it's just something fun to do is why people watching and just observing the way people are in different areas and how they differ from where I'm at or where I'm from, or just things worth looking at, I guess. So you up in those hills down there, and I know there's a pilot down that way if I remember right, like on the way down into North Carolina. This should be Tyrone that I'm coming up on right now. This, according to that last mile sign thing I saw, it's yeah, this is Tyrone coming up right here. Yeah. Yeah, you can definitely see some interesting stuff at Walmart too. That's a little bit more of the trashy and unusual and weird stuff though. Not quite so much on the eye candy kind of stuff. Or, you know, or just sometimes I find it kind of peculiar the way people dress or whatever. It's maybe it could just be normal looking people who just, you know, have a different style, you know, of dress. Express. The travel plaza in West Virginia with the way station. Okay, I have to remember that. I can't quite remember that one. Usually when I'm in that area at all, I'm on I-64. I know there have been a few times I've been on 77. I just don't remember too much. And Tyrone is one of those towns where if you blink, you'll miss it. That's it, nothing at all to get through there. holding us up from doing the speed limit? What is going on here? Is that four-wheeler in front of this guy? I can't move left enough to peek around the side of this guy because, yeah, I'm alright. Looks like a four-wheeler pulling a trailer. Hobo truck stop. I remember getting fuel here once. I'm wondering, that might have been the place I got bad fuel from. I don't think I'll go there again. It's definitely a whole run-down, dirty-looking place. I don't like to park in back-to-back spots. Too many idiots do that. Should be about 5 miles away now from Liberal. Message again. I mean, yes, it's gonna try to tell me I was speeding, even though I wasn't. Given that it's 36 after the hour, and it hasn't been too long since it came in. It tells me it probably came in at 30 after, which means it's a speeding message. God, entering Kansas now. About 4 miles left from here to Liberal. At 42 degrees at the moment. Nice weather conditions otherwise. The big problem with those pull-through spots, you know, the back-to-back spots, whatever, is people always like to line the front of their truck up with the end of the stripe that's on their, you know, that's by the front of their truck, instead of looking in their mirror and seeing where the back of their trailer is in relation to the line that separates them from the spot behind them. decide what speed I want to run game. Seems to be the case, because my speed's not any different, and I'm gaining on them. Trucks follow marked routes. I'll do what I want. I got nowhere I need to be turning at all, anywhere, except for into the Loves here in town. And then later on I can make it, on the next shift I can make up my mind whether I want to turn up Highway 61 in Pratt, go up to US 50, or if I want to just stay on 54 all the way across to Wichita and get on 35 up there. I tend to not like going through Wichita because all the lights and traffic and the construction that's going on, and because they have that little detour, you got to be able to make your left turn before that truck comes. Come on, turn, yeah. And yeah. Had to be prepared for them to come to a complete stop because I wasn't sure if they were going to make the turn or wait on that truck to go by first. Close to the Loves. I don't see it yet, but I know it's coming up. Starting to wonder if we had to stop because the truck in front of me looked like it was slowing down. Yeah, he's just slowing down for the speed limit change. Okay. 30 zone. Hey Tom, welcome back. Seeing those CNG logistics trucks, the white trucks with a purple trim. I think I noticed them before. Why is it I've only seen one CRST truck the entire time I've been on 54? It's unusual, because usually I come through here and there's like a whole bunch of them out here. Seward Avenue, right by the Ford dealer. Hampton Inn and Suites, Fairfield Inn and Suites. He's in. It's one nasty dirt lot there, old muddy. I wouldn't want to park in that thing. Up the road here now. Crazy House, Boot King of Kansas. Yeah, probably a place I'll never visit, or type of store I'll never visit. You will never see me wearing shit kickers. Nothing against that. People want to wear that style, but just not for me. over. Yeah, and I used to have to wear steel-toed shoes, but then when they made us go back into wearing our military uniforms, kind of took that option away, and I had to go back to wearing regular combat boots with, steel-toed combat boots. And then, yeah, ever since I left that, I left the Air Force, so no, don't have a need for that anymore. Oh man, I don't know about that, mother F. You can wear those things and still get beat up. Half those guys always seem to get all drunk and stupid and start shit and then get their asses kicked anyway. Don't tell me the slot's gonna be full. I think I see an opening right there by Trans Am. God, I see another one over there in between a national carrier's truck and somebody else. Yeah. This bobtail's gonna... might as well wait on him. Four-wheeler, move! Get out of the way, dipshit! You're in my fucking way! I'll probably need, yeah, I'm gonna need to do a 3-point here. Check my hood mirror, double check there wasn't anybody sneaking around over there. Don't get in my way now, dude. I just want to get a park. Alright, these guys are both reefer drivers here, so I'm going to go for this one here. I got a truck passing me on the right now. I'm going to wait on him. Pretty good spot here because I can use this area ahead, straight ahead to set up, make an easier setup. Gonna be a modified backing, or modified straight back, I would call it. Yeah, that was wrong. Not where I wanted it to go, but. Okay, so I'm pointing it out in front of the spot and I'm going to start rotating it in. I'm borrowing a little bit of this guy's space on my sight side. We're Trans Am's. I don't want to make sure I'm not, because he's kind of crowded my side of his spot. Switch. my ringtone, but that's alright. I'll fix that later. Gotta put my visors down so the sun's not constantly in my face. I'm gonna get myself off duty, or on duty, I should say. So I do gotta log my post trip. Alright, Liberal, Kansas. Loves, I've ran 621 miles out of about just over 1,500. So that should leave me about 880-ish miles away from my receiver in Belvedere, Illinois. Not bad here. If I run another... Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think I'd rather drive in rain than have sun in my face and not be able to see what the hell's going on in front of me. I'm not so sure about that. Alright, but yeah, about 880 or so miles left. So if I run another 600, that's going to put me only about 280 out on my last shift. And yeah, it is an Omnitrack speed warning. Where the hell I was speeding, I have no idea. Because not at any point in time on this entire trip have I sped. Everywhere I've been, whatever the speed limit is, that's pretty much what I've been doing. I don't have a need to speed. So Tammy loves the sun on her chesticles. Tammy, you said Tammy. You're going to call somebody Tammy earlier on the other stream. I forget who that was. It was a guy though, I thought. So, yeah, I could sleep in, but I'm not going to. It's 5:50 in the evening here. Be roughly 6 p.m. by the time I'm off duty. So about 4 a.m. tomorrow, I can go back on duty. So the truck just feels like it's idling a little rough. Like maybe it's trying to regen, but not actually showing me that it's regenning. And I don't know what's going on there, but okay. I was watching Premiere on other people. My split personality, yeah. Tammy is Tom. Oh, that's right. Yeah, because I thought someone else said they were going to call Tom Tammy or something like that. I forget. I thought about... Because I saw some chatter on the earlier stream that they'll call everybody by some different weird name or whatever. Like Carl, you're going to call Carla or something like that. Yeah, what else? Mine does that all the time. Mini regen. Yeah, it's like a rougher, like a vibration. But yeah, and I have my MIL light on, and I'm thinking maybe it has something to do with it. Maybe it's just that it does need a regen, but normally I get the RPM to, it goes up further when it's going to regen on me, and it's only about a little over 700 RPM at the moment, and you know, and normally idles around 650 or so. That won't help because this guy's got his engine running too. So, hi, JD boy. Oh, I'd say yeah, ice is ice, and it smells a bit, but no idiot. Yeah, it's true because I got those two little vents on the back of my sleeper area, and then of course the exhaust on my truck is behind, in the back, hidden between my my frame rails. So a lot of times the burnt off crap kind of back feeds through my vents here on the back of the thing. It should feel kind of warm here. It's 46 degrees, but I mean, which a little cool, but warm here in the truck. I know why, because I had the heater running inside the sleeper area, and now it's kind of pushing up here into the front. That's what it is. Okay, so that was basically the plan there. I have to figure out sorry, I got a little bit of OCD. I don't like the way that thing's facing. Okay, so 600 miles. I don't know where it's going to put me on the next shift. Yeah, there you go. Menopause. I'm guessing somewhere around Des Moines or somewhere. or somewhere in a general ballpark. Now, I don't think I want to stop in Des Moines, but probably end up somewhere in that general area if I had to guess. So we'll see. But yeah, it'll be an early takeoff around 4 a.m. Central Time tomorrow. Let's see. I know some of you guys are don't live in the U.S., so like Tom and Ice. Let's see. It's 1624. No. 26 plus 8, 34 minus 24. Okay, so 10 a.m. UTC, or Greenwich Mean Time, or Zulu time, however you want to call it. Somewhere around that ballpark's when I'll be going back on duty for those of you guys who live in Europe and want to watch the next stream. Yeah, it's going to be at least a couple hours of darkness, but it is what it is. And given the time of day that I'm probably going to end up going through Wichita, I think I'll stay away from Wichita. I'll probably take Highway 61 up from Pratt, Kansas to Hutchinson, Kansas, and then take 50 across over to Emporia. I was sleeping a bit, 7-hour drive, and a 1700 appointment unload. Alrighty. Where do you head? Where's your delivery at, Mother F? We're supposed to be getting snow tomorrow. Yeah. Matt Mosley in Oklahoma, about 3 hours from Paul's Valley. Hey Matt, which route did you take there? Are you taking 40 all the way across the 35, or did you decide to take one of the other, kind of cross routes? Got new ghosts, Matt. Clyde, Ohio. Okay. Sounds vaguely familiar. I don't know where exactly that's at, but it sounds. Maybe I've been through there, or might have seen it or something. I just forget where exactly that's at. Route 20 by Finley. Is that US 20? 40 to 35. Keep it simple. Okay. Yeah, no, that's a little bit longer route with the miles, but yeah, it's simple and you can keep your speed up the whole time pretty much. Notwithstanding the little area in there. But yeah, the little area around Oklahoma City. Whirlpool, yes, okay. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Now that's another one I gotta try to remember. US 20 where it actually runs through, because you run through parts of the country I'm just hardly ever in, and I gotta brush up on with geography. It helped me. More knowledgeable I get on it, the more I can help other people with that too, or even relate when, like, someone like you is talking about this kind of stuff. I'm a nerd, so I'm into that kind of stuff. It doesn't bother me to try to figure that out. Check my clock. Alright. I think that should be good. It's over 8 minutes. And it's probably about what I usually take to do a post trip anyway. Not saying I won't do the post trip, I'm just saying I do have certain tendencies. Like I'll check certain things when I do my pre-trip, and then I'll check other things when I do my post-trip. So ultimately, combine the two, it probably does come out to about 15 to 20 minutes total. Oh, that's what it was. I have my cruise control armed, and apparently I probably bumped the plus button on my steering wheel here. Alright, so on and off, cancel, the arms and disarms and then this cancels if I have it already engaged where it's holding a speed. Set and resume, and then increase or decrease speed. Now, when I'm parked here, let's see if I hit that. Let's see, the light goes on and off. Now, if I hit the plus button, watch my RPM. Okay, so that's what was going on. Eh. So I must have accidentally bumped the plus sign after I got parked here or something and didn't realize it. I was like, at least we figured it out now. Alright, about 10 minutes of running now, so I'm going to go ahead and shut off the engine. Something we actually talked about yesterday, when you shut down. Who was it who suggested that yesterday? It wasn't the Icon 2020, was it? I thought it was somebody else. Somebody had said, it's a good practice. You should wait. You should let your truck idle for about at least about like 5 minutes or so before you shut it off after you get off the road. And it's absolutely right. It's what I've always done anytime I've had any kind of vehicle with a turbocharger in it, which trucks do have. And it helps with basically it helps the turbo cool down more gently, I guess, and not as sudden, I guess you would say. When you have sudden changes like that in temperature, it can, it's believed that it can cause premature failure of the part. I've always heard that when I had my Subaru, that always, of course, had a turbocharger, and I've always heard it here in trucking too. Yeah, it keeps the oil from cooking in the turbo. There you go. That's another one. I'm sure there are other good reasons that you guys can also help in with mentioning here. But yeah, it's just good preventive maintenance, basically. Stop the oil crystallizing in the turbo. There you go. But yesterday it got brought up because when I stopped for my 30-minute break in Lake Havasu City, pretty much as soon as I backed into the spot to start my 30, I'd shut down the engine, and it got mentioned there. And whoever it was who said that was absolutely right. I normally don't. I normally don't. On my 30-minute break, I don't usually concern myself too much because I'm not going to be shut down that long. But when I stop for my 10-hour break, like right now, I always run it for the whole, usually for at least half the time, if not the whole time that I'm doing my post-trip inspection, and then I'll finally shut it down. Like the Marty and Tom and everybody, and Mother F, everybody's talking about, gives the oil a chance to cool down. It also gives the turbo a chance to cool down more slowly and not get shocked. Think of it this way: if you have a windshield that's cold and then it suddenly gets hot, and let's say you have a crack in the windshield somewhere, and it just suddenly changes temp, the crack is more likely to spider out when that happens. And it's not so likely to happen when it's a little more gradual temperature change. It's kind of the same concept there. Alright, Mother F, maybe I should give it a nice cool drink with extra ice. Oil cools the engine and associated parts as well as the cooling system. Yes. Let's see. Now going on to another subject. Oh, yeah, I was going to mention this. When I started my shift this morning in Holbrook, my low fuel light was on. I just bought 50 gallons of fuel at the Flying J 30 miles away from there. And I put all 50 gallons of it in the left side. So what happens when I get to, when I wake up this morning, see that my low fuel light's on, I'm like, huh? Yeah, I was going to get fuel there anyway. But when I did my pre-trip, I went ahead and opened up my fuel tanks and took a look in there, and the left side tank was pretty low. I don't know if it was low enough to really trigger a light, but it was pretty low. And then I go over to the right side. It was not anywhere near low. It wasn't maxed out, but it wasn't anywhere near low either. So I think it's it's actually the cross flow valve, I think. The one that keeps the two tanks equalized. I think maybe it's because the way I was parked, I think it was for some weird reason flowing in from the left tank into the right tank, but not flowing, not equalizing like it was supposed to. Of course, then there's always that possibility that somebody could have siphoned me a little bit, but I doubt it. I ended up getting 130 gallons of fuel this morning after I had just got 50 gallons 30 miles prior to that. So I'm kind of wondering if maybe I got siphoned or something, but I don't think that's the case. I was expecting that I was kind of low over there. Things should be even, right? Yes. They are supposed to be even. So when I have one that's only, that I can see is definitely less than half, and I would arguably even a quarter, if even that. And the other one is like looking like it's about 3/4 full, then that means that the cross flow system is not working correctly. And so my way of compensating for that is I'm going to have to keep my tanks maxed out so I don't have to worry about that, it transferring over like that, or at least until I can until I can get the truck into the shop again and have them check it out. Fuel theft is a big issue here. Yeah, that's a big issue here too. Okay, fuel vent on that tank could be plugged. You're talking about on the right side tank or the left side tank, Marty? Fuel vent. I'll look into that. I thought it might have been the cross flow or something not working properly, and maybe only letting the fuel flow from one side, from the left side to the right, but not from right to left. I've never taken. I don't know. I haven't taken a look at I don't know what the actual mechanics of it are. I don't know if it's a couple of dual check valves or if it's something else. But if it's a couple of check valves where the one that allows the fuel to go from the left tank to the right side, but maybe that's working right. But the one that goes from the right side to the left side is not actually opening like it's supposed to, or it gets stuck or something at times. Because it seems to be intermittent. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. We have screen baskets in the fill tube. Slows down the thieves. Good point there you mentioned there, because here's one. I didn't, how I knew about those. My truck does not have that feature, but I had one time I stopped for, I think it was a 10-hour break at the Flying J in Wichita Falls, Texas. Alright, I went inside the building, go use the restroom, whatever, blah blah. Come back out to my truck, and the guy parked to my left. There was some kind of a puddle going from his truck out to in front of his truck. And I walked through the puddle on the way to my truck, and I noticed it was slippery. That's not water. And I knew there was something not right, so I looked at it, and it was. Of course, couldn't tell just by looking at it. It looked like it could have been water, and in fact, the driver, I ended up finding out later on, he actually thought it was water from his air conditioning condenser. But when I slipped in it, it caused me to question what was going on there. So, I put my hand in it. Yeah, it smells like fuel. I go over to the side of his truck that's on my side of it, the right side of his truck, which is closest to me. And I'm trying to look for the source of it. And sure enough, it's coming from his right fuel tank. He had a leak on the bottom, near the bottom of his tank. So I went around to the other side. I didn't want to have to do it, but you got a problem here. So I knocked on his door, woke him up or whatever, and I told him, hey, you got a fuel leak on your right side fuel tank? He's like, no, it's actually the water from my air conditioning system. I'm like, no, it's not. Because I told him I just walked through your puddle and I slipped in it and I smelled it and it's fuel. And I went over to your right side fuel tank and I can actually see it leaking from your fuel tank. So he had to call. We tried to see if there was anything inside the store that we could buy that he could capture the fuel into to save it. But they didn't have anything suitable. And he ended up having to call a shop And, you know, the shop right there on the other side of the lot there, they ended up coming over after, yeah, about 10 minutes, whatever. And, he had to basically siphon the fuel out, but he had to have somewhere to put it into. And his tanks were full. Yeah, both his left and right tanks were full. It sucked. And then, okay, the mechanic there, when he tried to siphon the tank, you know, because he had the pump there to siphon it with, and yeah, he had to put he ended up just telling him, go ahead and put it into my tank, because I had room for it, and he really had nothing else he could do with it. Then it had to go somewhere, so he's not dealing with the hazmat situation. So yeah, I ended up getting like not 100. I think it ended up being like $200 or so worth of fuel for free for helping him out and all that. And yeah, I wasn't expecting to get it. I even offered to pay him for the fuel, but he's no, don't worry about it. You just did me a big favor. Don't worry about it. So okay. Yeah, otherwise, I would have been fine with going inside the store, getting a couple $100 in cash and giving it to him, since I got free fuel out of it. Hey, Scotty, how's it going? Not too many people have an extra 100-gallon barrel on hand. Okay, anyway, yeah, when the mechanic was trying to siphon the fuel out, he had those anti-siphon tube things that you were talking about in his filler port. So he couldn't even get the hose down into there to siphon the fuel, and the guy, I think the mechanic, ended up having to use like a crowbar or something along that line to actually break open the little bottom thing of that screen, so that he could actually get the hose down into the bottom of the tank. Did they close off the equalizer? Good question. I hope they did. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did, because I don't think I don't think he had any leaks after that. I didn't notice if he did or not, but I'm pretty sure that he did. I at least hope he did. No harm in being a good Samaritan. No, not at all. And, you know, we should be here to help each other out. You know, I wouldn't want to have my fuel tank leaking and not know about it, and then have someone else see that it's leaking and not tell me anything about it, and then now I have a big mess here to deal with. You know, not to mention, it could end up being the same situation where, hey, help someone out there, let them know they got a problem, and end up benefiting from it. You know, it wasn't a quid pro quo, that's for sure. It was, you know, just, hey, help you, look out for each other. Yeah, Edward Woodward is the equal. What? Woodward? What is that? Woodward? Some thieves drill a hole in the tank and siphon out that way. Oh, good God. Yeah, I had one, and I was doing a 34-hour reset at the Loves in McPherson, Kansas, and I think I ended up losing about 30 gallons to a siphoner there. I don't recall it. I mean, I don't remember it ever happening, and I was at the truck most of the time. So I don't know how I ended up losing it, because I remembered when I started to drive off, I realized my low fuel light was on, and I only went like 17 miles down the road to a truck stop to fill back up, and when I maxed out my tanks, and it took 180 gallons. I'm like, how's that possible? When I shut down here, I had like a good quarter of a tank left. I shouldn't have even taken 180 gallons. It should have been maybe 130 or something like that. Mine does not have any anti-siphon screens. Yeah, I don't have them on mine either. I need to get the locking caps so they can't do that. Denzel Washington is the equalizer. Yes. Edward Woodward. You don't remember him? Well, you wrote it in a different weird way, but I thought you might have meant Woodward, but Woodward is the real equalizer. Shatner is the real captain, and Connery is the real 007. Did you have the mirror cams? No. I have the dual dash cam now, so if someone does do it now, my dash cam will pick it up, but yeah, I really wish I had it then. Yeah. Hey, Scotty, I didn't get a chance to watch your feed because I was also driving. Where'd you end up? Did you end up doing your deliveries down in Norman and Dallas today? Or no, I think, never mind. I think James said something about you doing a 34-hour reset in Joplin or whatever. Yeah, 'cause I woke up just on time basically to go use the restroom and then come back out and start my pre-trip. And when I started my feed up, I saw that you were on, that you had a stream going too. I just didn't get a chance to really look and see what was going on with it. That's how us Brits call him. I'm an honorary Brit, well, from Eider anyway. And then you got Tom, of course Lisa always calls him Scotland. But he lives in England. Now, I guess Tom and Lisa, you guys are only like 50 miles away from each other. The JCT driver locked themselves out of their truck in Paul's Valley, blowing up my phone to go down there. Oh my God. That's a bit of a drive. But, because now I remember you had a 3-dropper going to Oklahoma City, Norman, and Dallas, if I remember right. But last I'd heard you were in Joplin or something. 52 miles, okay. I have only 39 minutes left on my 70. Ouch. Yeah, and I'm kind of concerned about what's going to happen with my reload situation when I'm done with this load, because I have 741 left on my 70. I get 805 back tonight, so that's 1545. How many miles can I get out of that? I'm not used to doing the math that particular way. I'm used to going by how many miles and then dividing my 60 and figuring out how many hours I need based on that. But a mile, 60 miles an hour though, so it's 15 and a half. Wait. 15 times 6 is 30. It's 900. It's over 900 miles, so I have basically a little more than enough, I think, to get this load to where it needs. And then I only have 539 coming back on the recap the following night, and then 422 the night after that. And then I get 852, 801, 614, 1056, and 1005. The 539 and the 422 kind of concern me about whether I'm going to have any luck getting a good reload after I'm done delivering this one. Live stream when England meets Scotland. There you go. I'm about 30 miles from Paul's Valley. Okay. 900 miles. Good time for a full reason. So, did you end up making your delivery in Oklahoma City already, and then you went down to, I guess, to Norman to make that delivery, and then on your way down to Dallas you stopped in Paul's Valley? Is that what happened, or? And I assume, does the other driver have a Freightliner, or are they in a Kenworth? Because I know you're in a Freightliner still, if I'm not mistaken. You're still in 3726, aren't you? England meets England, and we won't understand each other. I'm guessing I'll be reloading in center. Yeah, that's a good possibility. It seems like we've been doing a number of reloads out of there again. But I just delivered in Denton not too long ago, just my last load, a couple loads, and the reload was actually there in Dallas at U.S. Cold Storage. I'm at Loves and Gilsby or whatever it's called. Yeah, okay, so you are still in that same black Freightliner that I remember. Now, that's what I thought. You're not gonna hit that truck, are you? Well, he's pretty far onto the left side of his spot. Yeah, his outer tires are actually going into the spot that's next to him, and the spot's occupied. Weird. Needless risk there to me. Alright. I might have to pump my seat up so I don't have the sun in my face. All right. Yeah, it's. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me though. I guess for Carthage, Center. Those are two places I sometimes pick up from, or they send me to Americold, the Walmart Americold, whatever, over there off of Big Country, or what's that street called? The one that's right over by where I-30 and US 80 meet up. I forget the name of that damn street. Big Country, or no, it's not Big Country. It's Big something along that line. I think you know which one I'm talking about. Last time was Broken Bow. Oh yeah, and that's another one. Ironically, the last time I went to Broken Bow was to deliver to them, not to pick up. What did I have that I took to them? Where did I pick that one up at? It wasn't Vernon, California, was it? I'm gonna have to take a look at my records. I forget. But it was a load that I delivered there. And then my reload, you would think, well, yeah, I'll probably pick up in Broken Bow because I'm there anyway. No, they ended up sending me about 70, 80 miles north of there to... What the hell's the name of that town? I don't remember the name of that town. You go straight up to the north from Broken Bow, and there's a... What the... Now it's burned a hole in my head. I'm gonna have to look it up now. I forget. Let's see what we have. I guess I need to input my my log update anyway, so it's a good thing I'm grabbing this. Because sometimes I tend to forget it and don't update it and have to take a risk of not losing the data. The old timer security guard sells knives in a security office at Broken Bow. Oh, that's right, yeah. I know who you're talking about. It's like the guy's like in his 70s or 80s or whatever he is. Yeah, he's a nice guy. If I remember right, I thought I remember him saying he's a veteran also. I can't remember what branch. Alright, let's look up where... Come on. Yeah, it's actually been that long, huh? It doesn't seem like it's been that long. No, it couldn't have been that long ago. Where is it? Okay, how about this? How about I search for Broken Bow? Okay, picked up Broken Bow, took it to Auburn, Washington back in August of 2018. Picked up another one, took it to Benny Keith in Albuquerque, February of 2019. Aha, there it is. I must have skipped it. Okay, so yeah, it was a U.S. cold storage in Turlock. Hey, your home time drop location. Picked up there and took it to Broken Bow. I don't remember what was in there. And then the next load was OK Foods in Heavener, Oklahoma, which is straight up to the north of Broken Bow, about 80 or so miles if I remember right. And that ended up going to Fairway Stores, DC, in Boone, Iowa. That was I remembered I didn't really too much care for the Heavener Foods. I get there and I ended up staying overnight. You know, they had a staging area at least, kind of. But I noticed that basically, if your truck didn't say Prime on it, you were going to be waiting. If your truck said Prime, you were pretty much in and out. You're going to go straight into a dock door and get loaded and get out of there, or vice versa. Yeah, apparently they got preferential treatment over there. But yeah, so I didn't really care for waiting there. And then to add in the fact they told me, all right, go ahead and dock into door 1 or door 2, whatever it was, when the Prime truck leaves. Okay. When's this damn guy gonna leave? I saw them get in their truck and they're just sitting in the damn dock door eating up time, whatever. I'm like, get the hell out of the freaking door. So I think they were sending their departure information and load information, because I saw them go back and check their seal and all that kind of stuff, and then just camping out in the door. And I remembered I think the receiving manager, whoever it was, actually came out of the building and told him, hey, get the hell out of the door. I got someone trying to dock in and you're in the way. You know, get out of the door when you're doing that shit. Yeah, so that was a not so fun experience. The place I took it to, though, in Boone, Iowa, that was not bad. They have a nice quiet parking area on one of their other lots. Not the one I actually delivered to, but they have another lot up the street and to the west that you can park in and do a 10-hour break-in and all that. That was nice. Ice, purple, sky, blah, 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 whatever. Okay. For my 3 stops, they gave me only 1 seal. Oh, I hate when they do that. Then you have to use your own seals for stops 2 and 3. And I always kind of wonder if I hope these other customers aren't going to pitch a bitch about it, because just no seal information, whatever. I don't think they do, though. I've never had that problem. What is with these guys always on the, having their trailer all the way in, practically into the adjacent space on the. How about let your tandems go into the center of the spot first before you worry about getting the tractor anywhere else? See, his tandems are still over on the left side of his spot. And he's too big a hurry to get his tractor in there with it. And like, dude, leave your trailer going in there at an angle, so the tandems can actually get their way into the center of the spot, and then worry about getting your drive tires in the center of the spot, and then get your steer tires in the center of the spot. Alright, JCT called me at 0230 saying my load was supposed to be at midnight, but no one told them. They said don't stop, go. Oh. Yeah, you were probably sleeping when that happened too, right? That must have been not so fun experience. Man, I like driving in the middle of the night, but I like getting sleep before I do it too. Reusable seal. Sir Anthony, I scored 2 free seals at stop 1. Oh, okay. He's pointing east. I'm facing west. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, I know you like to point east. That kind of went over my head. I'm not sure who he is you're talking about. I'm sorry. Let me go back. I kind of got lost on that. Oh no, that's right. Yeah, because you're talking about the other driver that I was just talking about, who's backing in all crazy, I think. All right, now I'm figuring it out. I was driving, but I had 1 to 7 before 1 minus 7 before midnight. At the time, I couldn't go 265 miles in 1 hour. Ouch. Yeah, that sounds like fun. I've seen that truck. His compass only has one setting, the bullshit direction. 107. Okay. Yeah, I can't do too much with an hour and 7, can we? Yeah, and I guess, oh. At least there's a white truck with purple trim over here. I'm going to have to indulge you and show it to you. 2 spots over from me. I don't have to... I'm trying to keep the sun from interfering, but you see it? It's that long nose right there, 2 spots over to my right. Got this red truck, and then the one right next to it is it. Alright. Let's see. There's another one over there I'll show you, but it's more of a not my favorite shade of purple. Don't care for that one too much. It's got kind of a pinkish shade to it. I don't care for it. Maybe you like it, but why not? All right. Sorry, Tom. I don't see any yellow ones here to show you and indulge you either. Otherwise, I would help you out. So move these back up. All right. So I tried calling the dealer again today. Because I got my my DOT inspection done at the same time I got my PM done last month. I still have yet to get a DOT inspection card, which looks like this. This is an expired one. I have another one in here in my door that is still valid, but it's going to expire. So here's what a DOT inspection card looks like. Do you guys see that writing normal, or do you see it backward? Because it looks backward on my side. Anyway, it shows all these different inspection points and what, they got to check all these different things, and they show what the status is of it. Hey, what's up, Andy? But anyway, I was supposed to get one of these cards when they did my DOT inspection. They did not give me one. So I called the girl up who works there a week or 2 ago, whatever it was. Said, hey, where's my DOT card? Yeah, it should be in her glove box. Nope. I checked when I got back to the truck. It's not there. And she says, okay, we'll have to email it to you, or next time you're in the area, I can give you a copy of it. Okay, so I get through with my delivery in Colton a couple days ago. First thing I did was go wash up my trailer and then go across the freeway to where they're at. And hey, where's my DOT card? Oh, it's still we don't have it still. I'm gonna have to email it to you. It's like, I asked you about this a week ago. Why is it not ready yet? And she still had the sticky note that had my information on it. Like, what's the damn holdup? I don't care if you're busy. Finish the job that you already did first, and then go work on other people's stuff. Why did your guys not give me my damn DOT inspection card? Yeah, I should have it already. I don't know why they're. And I called her up again today and said, hey, because she said that she was going to email it to me. Well, I checked my email. Nope, nothing there. So I call her up again and tell her, hey, what's the holdup? Oh, it's in archive, and we're basically swamped or whatever, and some bullshit, and something about needing to dig it up out of the archive or whatever, so they can print it or retrieve it and email it to me or whatever, some kind of crap. So I told her, look. Yeah, because she said, hey, it'll be in your email by, within the next week. I'm like, no, you're going to email it to me today, or if I have to call back, I'm going to ask for the manager and ask why the hell my DOT inspection was not completely done, which means why did I not get my inspection card? And I'm going to say, if I don't get my inspection card, then I have to go get my inspection redone somewhere else, and I want my damn money back. You guys, and I want to know why I didn't get my card when I was supposed to get it. So, I'm not really happy at all about that. This one here, this is my current one. It expires I think March 18. So I'm okay for now, but at the same time, I should have had a new copy of the new card when I had the damn inspection done. Because actually, that was the first thing I did when I got in the truck. When I got it back from the dealer, the first thing I did was look around in my door, on the chairs, up here in the visor and stuff. Like, okay, where is it? I didn't see it. Yeah, I'm looking in the back or wherever else. It was nowhere. Yeah, why I didn't actually stop and I think I was kind of in a hurry, so I was in a hurry to get back over to our drop yard and grab a trailer. So I didn't bother to go in and ask, hey, where's my card at that time? I should have, now in hindsight. All right. Did you do it at the yard? No, I did it at the dealer in Fontana. There's the main dealer right at the corner of Cherry and Slover in Fontana, and then slightly down the street and basically across the street practically is their vocational place. I dropped it off at the main lot, but then they sent it over to the vocational lot to get it done. But usually the service there is pretty good. I tend to like the service better at the vocational lot than I do the main lot, but yeah, they failed big time on this one. Alright, they are due on January 32nd. Rizzo called them and told them not to give it to you because you fart too much. Yeah. And I want to fart right in his face next time. Are you still on home? You're still on home time, aren't you, Andy? I think I remember you saying you were going to be home for like a couple of weeks before you get back, because you're going out with your dad to Florida or something like that. If I remember right. So I assume you're preparing to do that. Those darn pickle legs. Quit farting. There it is. Arkansas I-40 by 84 has a little shop next to Pilot that does good DOT inspections. Okay. I-40 by 80. Exit 84? You talking about over there in right by Russellville? Leaving Friday for a cruise. Okay. Yeah, and I'm thinking next time I'll just have the shop do it, because it took them 2 days. I dropped it off on a Monday. Now, I usually do this so that way if they find any problems with it and I need to take downtime, I can at least be at my house doing it and not spending time in a hotel or something for who knows how long. So I dropped it off on a Monday. They didn't even start to check it until Wednesday, or do the PM and DOT until Wednesday. They found a couple problems. My tractor parking brake and carrier bearing. Those are the two things they found that needed to be fixed. So I told them go ahead and change them. Yeah, they had to order the parts. Changed out the parts Friday, and then first thing Monday morning they did a road test on it and it passed, and I got the notification I could come pick the truck back up a week after I dropped it off. All for a PM and a DOT inspection. Yeah, again, I was, like I say, at least I was home. Alright, so yeah, it was Russellville. Okay, yeah, because I'm trying to remember 84. That's the same exit where the Pilot and Flying J are at? Or, because I know it's real close by if it's not the actual exit. So I assume that's what you meant. They do it out of TA or Petro for $30. $30 for a DOT? Or you mean 300? I don't think anyone's going to do a DOT inspection for 30 bucks. Tammy's going cruising too for a trucker. They always find more crap to fix and break more than they fix. Right? Yeah, and that's why I like doing them at the dealer, because I know they always seem to have something get found, and like if they're gonna find something and have to order parts, I'm gonna have to take time off. Might as well do it where I'm at home and don't have to pay for a hotel room. So seriously, $30 for a DOT. How? I don't quite get how anyone would charge only $30 for a DOT inspection. And we're talking about DOT inspections, not lot inspections. Interesting. Oh, So maybe I haven't checked out. I haven't looked at the invoice to see what they actually charged. Cheap look around then for $30. Yeah, I think maybe next time I do a DOT, I'll just go to the mothership and have them do it. Even though, yeah, I know they tend to be a little questionable at times. You're playing high labor at the dealership. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you know it's not the dealership. It's called the Stealership. This looks like a JCT powwow. How'd you guess? Hey, Mish, now that you're here, I was actually going to mention, because my load is going to Belvedere, Illinois. I'm going to see what you're up to. It's due on the 28th at 2000. I'll be there early in the day, probably like around 6 a.m., about 6 a.m. or so, I think, on the 28th. Figure I'd see if you're going to be in that area, that part of Illinois, or you're going to stay over more toward the Lake Michigan area. At least my pork chop was delicious, and still some left for tomorrow. Yeah, Friday morning, I'll be over there. My plan is I'm going to go straight to the customer, send my arrival call, and then just probably go PC over to Rochelle or somewhere and hang out for the rest of the day. Do you ever head over on that side, or do you usually just kind of stay over in the Chicago and Chicago-Gary area? Don't know. It's all random. Okay. All right. Well, then, yeah, you'll know. I'll probably be over at the Petro or what's that, Road Ranger or whatever it is across the street from Petro, over in Rochelle. I'm assuming that's where I'll probably be until I go deliver. And my recaps after that, yeah. I'm not sure I'll be able to do much of anything after that. I might end up doing a 34 for all I know. We'll see. Could be RDT convention. BRT doing a 34 at Weed, California, pointing his camera at Shasta for 34 hours straight. Damn. He's staying live for that, or staying up for that long, or live, whatever. Yeah, Weed's an interesting place. I know a lot of people hate parking there because it's tight. I remember that's one of those places I have to go when I'm parking, just to be sure I'm not going to hit anybody. And it's all random. All right. I can be in Belvedere or Darien, Wisconsin, or down in Indy. I can let you know tomorrow. Okay. All right, that sounds good. Yeah. Let's see. Do you have me on Facebook or anything? I can't remember. Or maybe find me on there. Then I'll give you my contact information on there too. Now we turned it off and back on this morning. Oh, damn, I can't keep up. Road Ranger is my favorite shitty pizza. Oh, speaking of that, your neck of the woods still. I-88 exit 10 there in Illinois. Yeah, as you're coming in from Quad City, that Shell station. Have you ever had that pizza there? That's really good pizza for, especially for a truck stop. I mean, they're better than a lot of other even actual pizza places. And it's just a Shell truck stop, basically. $12 for passenger vehicles and trucks inspections. No, I avoid Facebook. Okay. You said Belvedere, but BRT frequents Belvedere often. I deleted that shit. Okay. Me and Facebook don't mix. Never stopped there. Let's see. Yeah, and YouTube doesn't give the greatest ability to direct message people on here without. So if I want to share contact info, or you want to share it, it's not really. I don't know a good way to do it without everyone on the stream or whatever seeing it, which you might not want to do. Nation Facebook. Oh man, no, I went by there a dozen times or so. I'll text you on it. All right, yeah, that'll work. Yeah, because of course Scotty and I have each other's numbers. JCT used to pick up at the Tyson down the street from that Shell station. Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, you said something about that before, Andy. Yeah, I'd be interested in checking out. I used to, though. I guess we don't anymore. We should be able to message you on YouTube. Okay, yeah, I thought I remember there being a way to direct message on YouTube in the past, but I don't recall. It's not, yeah, I don't know. It's not so, I guess, simple, I guess. Give it to me too. Okay. Alright. What else here? Yeah, I'll probably go ahead and, yeah. Don't Tyson anymore. Yeah, especially not the one in Rogers, huh? You should do another one of those Rogers loads, Andy. Go in that weird, that one back hole corner there that you were talking about, that last time you went there. Tyson chicken, Tyson chicken. Yeah, Mike Tyson. Any of them. Yeah, he said they don't pay shit for you, right? They don't pay enough, something like that. I think that's what he said anyway, but alright, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up here, I think. Yeah, like I said, I'll be back on around 4 a.m.-ish Central Time. And hopefully I'll end that shift somewhere in the Des Moines area. I'm taking a wild guess. I'm just trying to remember about how far it is from Des Moines over to Belvedere. So I know it's at least like, what, 100, isn't it like 120 or something like that from Des Moines over to Quad City, or no, 140, or I don't recall. Might not make it to Des Moines. Somewhere in that area, I think, maybe the I-35 corridor, somewhere in the ballpark of Des Moines, I'm guessing. That's what the plan is, at least. So, all right. I'll see you all tomorrow then. All right. Mish, I just got your contact info from Scotty. He just texted it to me a second ago. So yeah, I'll get in touch with you, or I'll let you know when I'm over there, and maybe if you're over in that area, we might meet up. Alright, dinner for business, 240 miles. Okay, yeah, then that's, the Des Moines area sounds like a very good possibility for where I'll end up tomorrow. Because that'll be about 640 miles from here. At least I think. I think I'm about 880 out at the moment. Alright, night, see you in the morning. Alright, you guys. I love Stall all over America. For a good time, call this stuff. Alright, guys, we'll see you all tomorrow, okay? Thanks a lot for the info there, Scotty, and see you all tomorrow.